Good morning. Hopefully you guys can hear the audio. There's kind of the freeway going on behind me right now, and there's quite a bit of wind today. But I'm bringing my 2019 Honda GoldWing into the dealer that I purchased it at this morning. I didn't purchase it there this morning, but I'm bringing it in there because I have an oil light on the dash, and then also that hill hold assist light is also blinking and won't stop. I brought the bike in about a week and a half ago for the oil light. When I called into the dealer to let them know the oil light was on, they were very insistent that the oil light only comes on when it's low on oil. And I told them that I checked the oil. Let me cut to a quick clip of me checking the oil a week and a half ago before I brought it into the dealer, so you guys can see what I see. So I'm here at a Chevron station down Beach Boulevard, just down the street from the Honda dealer. You can see the dipstick, I just wiped it clean. We'll drop the dipstick back in the hole there. It actually shows a bit above full. So these guys will be blowing smoke up my rear if they tell me that there's not something wrong, that I just need to add oil, like the dude tried to tell me on the phone the other day. Then after I got the bike back, or the day I spent most of the day there, and they gave me the paper and they told me that they weren't able to figure it out there. They asked me to leave the bike. As you can see, the date on here was October 14th, 2019. As we scroll down and we take a look at the description and the resolution, they were not able to get the light to come back on during that visit, which is why I made a special visit out there so they could see the lights on. Anyways, during this particular trip, as you can see, they checked the engine oil level and no issues were found. They also advised me to leave the bike with them, which, as stated, I was unable to do because, well, you'll hear about that next. Having come from BMW, where I had a bike that I bought without a warranty, I bought private party, my used police bike, I could drop it off at any BMW dealer that I've gone to, and they hand me the keys to a loaner bike. So when I brought this GoldWing in, with the expectation that, hey, they're telling me I'm checking the oil wrong, that it's got to be low on oil, and I bring it in and they find out it's not low on oil, and they don't know what to do. They asked me to leave the bike, and I didn't have alternate transportation in line. So, yeah, there's some light issues on the bike, but that's not that big of a deal. When you have a bike like this with a whole lot of electronical stuff on it, these types of problems are bound to happen. And it's not everything is going to be perfect. The more components you get on something, the higher chance of failure you possibly have, right? All of these components are made from different countries of origin and different companies and different specs and different people. But the customer service side of it is what's bothering me about the ownership experience on this GoldWing so far. This will be my second trip in. If they would have believed me on the phone and advised me that it might take a little bit longer than 5 minutes, that's what they told me on the phone, it'd be 5 minutes, in and out in 5 minutes. If they would have told me that, I would have arranged transportation the first time out there. Now I've already gone 140 miles round trip the first time. This time is going to be another 140 mile trip, but I'm going to have somebody pick me up from the dealer and then bring me back home, and then it's going to be another 140 miles round trip to take me from home back into the dealer to be able to pick the bike back up when it's done. Okay, so this is a close-up of the dash. You can see it's about 60 degrees outside. I got a little bit over 3,000 miles on here. Got a little bit less than half a tank. You can see my oil light is on, and you can see that hill start assist light is on as well. Yeah, I don't know I don't know what to say. Like I said, I brought it in and they told me my oil's full. The light didn't come back on the rest of the day. Usually it only comes on first thing in the morning when riding the bike. I don't know why that light's on. That's new. That's new for today. Okay, so I made it here to Huntington Beach Honda with the GoldWing, and let's see here. You can see it's running. Come on. You can see it's running, and you can see the oil light is still on. I think it's running, and this light's still blinking. So I made it here successfully, but it's about 8:46, so I've got about 14 minutes to kill. I'm probably gonna take this time to, well, actually, let me show you guys something else here. With the pegs. So my bike's got about 3,104 miles on it, and my pegs are already starting to do that. And I think it's doing that, starting to do that on this side right here. You can see it's starting to wear a little bit, but the other side is definitely torn all the way through. So I'm going to bring that up when I bring it in here for service as well. Brief update. So I dropped the bike off, right, on the 28th. And my previous visit 2 weeks ago was on the 14th. It's October the 14th, 2019, by the way. On October the 14th, 2019, they checked the oil level. And the oil, the sheeter says, check engine oil level, no issue found, okay? The time they advised me to leave the bike, didn't have alternate transportation. Again, kind of an irritating factor with Honda. So I brought the bike back on 10/28, no riding in between. It was just dealer visit, not using the bike, and then back to the dealer again, because the lights came on right away. So they did note in the service report, oil light is on. When bike dropped off, oil light is on. Oil light came on after about a mile. Also, hill start assist light is now on and blinking. Again, just quick mid-video update. Listen to this voicemail that I got today, the 29th. Okay, so they've had the bike 1 day. Listen to this voicemail.
Hey, Alex, this is Beach Honda Motorcycles. Just give me a call about the GoldWing. We're working on it right now. I just talked to you a little bit ago. The foot rubber, Honda will not warranty the foot rubber. I do have those in stock. It's about $30 to do parts and labor to replace that foot peg rubber on the left-hand side that's worn through. He's also, added some oil to the system, checked it, ran it. He's rode it about 2 or 3 miles now. We have the oil at the correct level, and the oil light is not coming on. And also the hill assist system, we've diagnosed that is working properly. It is working according to the owner's manual and the service manual. If you have any questions, give me a call back, 714-842-5533, and let me know if you want us to replace that foot peg rubber for you. Thank you. Bye.
So they checked the engine oil level on the 14th, and it was full. I went back in, saw the exact same person that saw the same thing, that saw the engine oil level full and wrote it in their report. Put less than 200 miles on the bike in between the 2 service visits. And for some reason or another, per that voicemail, it now needs oil. I don't think so. Additionally, if you're kind of like me and you look at a $25,000 motorcycle, and you hear that after 3,000 miles, they also want to charge me $30 for what I feel are prematurely worn rubber foot peg covers. Anyways, we'll do another update as more information comes my way. I got the phone call yesterday to go and pick up the GoldWing. It's over in Huntington Beach, which is quite a drive, and like I've mentioned before, The mileage is not the issue. It's not having the transportation to get back home. Even if it was a dealership 10 miles away from home or 20 miles away from home, it's still getting it there and getting back home. So let me show you what I'm dealing with today as far as going to pick up the bike. I don't have anybody going with me. The status update that I got on the GoldWing is that they weren't able to figure out what was the matter with the brake system, and the oil light, they weren't able to figure out what was the matter with it, so they replaced the sensor anyways, and they don't know if that fixed it or not. They weren't able to get it to turn back on, but then again, they don't get in the shop till about 9 o'clock or so, and by the time that they get on the bike, the oil's a little bit thinned out and probably circulating better and doesn't come on. I haven't been able to get it to come on that late in the day either. So more than likely there's a possibility that this trip didn't fix it. I don't know. Anyways, that's the status update. I'm going to pick it up today and we'll see what happens. Good morning. So today is the November 8th, 2019. And I picked up the bike yesterday, November 7th, 2019. When I picked it up, obviously it was warmer outside. It's probably about 88 degrees yesterday. And I'm riding the bike this morning, and you can see, oops, there you go, the oil light's on. And if you see here, it's 51 degrees. I'm at 3,252 miles. And the oil light's back on again. So I'm glad that I brought the car out there to the shop so I can take this thing back today and just pick up the car. Who knows how many times it'll take to fix this or if they'll ever fix it, but they wanted to see it again with the oil light on because they thought they fixed it with the sensor. There, show you that the bike's running. They apparently drained the oil out and put, I think, 4 new quarts of oil in there or something. And here we are, going back to the Honda dealer. As you can see, I've made it to Huntington Beach Honda with the GoldWing, and you can see the oil light. The oil light survived the trip over here. And we're at 3,311 miles. Hopefully you can see that without too much reflection. So, I don't know, we'll see what they say. By the way, they did do these pegs out under warranty, which is kind of cool. See what they have to say about the oil light this time. First things first, the shop, just like the motorcycle could possibly have it having problems. So I'm not saying on any of this stuff that Honda GoldWing is a bad motorcycle, and the dealership, they're doing what they can with the resources that they have. If they can't get it, duplicate the problem, it happens, right? So I'm not faulting the dealership, and I'm not faulting the motorcycle. I'm just not particularly satisfied with the way that Honda has been handling this to this point, especially just kind of like leaving me to figure out how to get back and forth when I've been to the dealership 3 different times about this same issue. So, and I've been without my bike now, what, 2.5 weeks, I think? Maybe a little bit more than that. So that's kind of just not cool. Today is Saturday, November 16th. The bike was dropped off November 8th. The technician or the service advisor noted, I'm looking at their service report here, took video recording of oil light being on. They took a video recording of the light being on so they could see it. As I stated, they show up to work around 9 o'clock in the morning. It's obviously down by the beach. It's a little bit warmer there than it is here at that time in the, early in the morning, especially at 9 o'clock. I got a phone call Thursday this last week, 3 days ago, from today, 3 days ago. And they asked if they could keep the bike longer, if it was gonna be like a big issue with me, if they kept the bike longer to see if they could get the oil light to come on. So obviously if they haven't fixed anything, they told me they still can't duplicate the problem for them. And obviously I brought it in twice with the light on so they could see the light on. Both times they turn it right off. They turn it right off, and they can't get to come back on for them. So they still have it. I don't know what's going on with it right now. They told me they'd give me a call back by the end of the day Thursday. Didn't hear anything Thursday. Didn't hear anything Friday. They're open today. Haven't heard anything yet today, but they're not even open yet. It's what, 8 something? So we'll see what happens. Anyways, if you want to continue to follow this to determine what you think of Honda and Honda GoldWing and how they handle this, please click that subscribe button. It would really help the channel out a lot. Also, give me some, if you have some information or suggestions or whatever, feel free to leave comments in the comment section below. If you like the video, please help the channel out as well and hit that thumbs up button. Thanks for watching, and I'll do my best to continue to update this video, but until I get some better way to edit and upload these videos, all these are being done from my phone right now. So this is kind of a process to get them up on YouTube, because I can't get any of the camera video onto the phone. So I'll do my best to update you guys as this goes along. Thanks for watching.